Guys, it's your girl Bleezy and you're welcome back to Bleezyunfiltered channel. And if you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Today we'll be talking about how Asian Americans finally broke the silence and what many people have been afraid to say out loud. The influence, the culture, and the unstoppable power of Black Americans is unmatched. So guys, join me as we get into videos.
I'm watching the protests with my parents and they're asking, why is this happening? So to all my first generation millennials and Gen Z who are not Black, now is the time to have really tough conversations with them to help break the anti-Blackness they were taught. And here's what you say. You need to tell your parents to check their privilege because we would not be here if it weren't for the Black community. After the 1965 Civil Rights Act passed, immigration quotas were opened, allowing so many of us to enter. The white community created the model minority to pin Asians and Blacks against each other. This idea of assimilating to be as white as possible created a false sense of superiority since we were white adjacent. But we'd never have those same liberties. And we see that with the response to the Chinese virus and the increase in violent attacks against us, especially Asian women, who are 3 times more likely to be targeted. And we can't call out those hate crimes without calling out this.
I'd gotten a lot of really supportive messages on the one video I made with anti-blackness in anime, but I also did get a disappointing number of people who chose to overlook what I was saying to instead say, like, why do you even care? Like, you're Asian. Why do you care if, like, about racism toward Black people? Like, and I think you shouldn't have to be personally invested to care. Um, as a kid, I didn't really learn about anti-blackness at all. And it was only when I got older and I was looking into my own history as Asian Americans that I realized how much we gained from the African American civil rights movements. Um, our first leaders in the Asian American civil rights movement were heavily inspired by the Black Panthers. In fact, some of them were even members of the Black Panthers.
When you become pro-Asian enough, you start listening to Black people and become pro-Black as well. I'm not talking about individual Asian advancement where you play pick-me to white people, cater to them, make yourself smaller for them, maybe marry one of them, and then move up in society that way. No, that's not what I'm talking about. When you're interested in the liberation of the Asian American collective and in Asians around the world freeing themselves, and specifically to Asian Americans because we are a relatively new ethnic group in America, you realize that Black Americans have been liberating themselves for as long as they have been here, for over 400 years. You look at the way that they ostracize the pick-me's in their community, the Candace Owens, you can see what happened with Onyeka, the Danish deception girl. Black people, and specifically Black women, did not let them off the hook. Candace Owens can no longer go to Black people for any kind of support or help because as a collective, they have disowned her. Why are Asians not doing more of that? Look at the way that Black people have created their own spaces, created their own communities throughout American history. Even when white people have gone and tried to destroy them, they have managed to create their own culture, their own language. They're protective of those spaces. They embrace their ethnic features and hair texture instead of just doing whatever Karen is doing. And this, I'm talking generally. I'm not saying that every Black American is like this. I'm saying that a lot of them are, and that the general sentiment that I get from that community is that they are proud to be who they are.
When I say Black woman, I mean Black woman. Y'all are so quick to want to take credit, and I want to be crystal clear. I am focusing, spotlighting, centering Black women. This is not to diminish contributions from other communities, but we need to recognize and give credit where it's due, okay? So don't piss me off. When I said that I won't let you down, that I was being funny and all of that, but I want you to know that I understand the gravity and the weight of those words. And it's a responsibility that I don't take lightly, especially when people who look like me have consistently let you down. And the part about being performative, totally valid. I mean, it was a video I posted online with a crazy filter that I didn't think anyone was gonna see. You don't owe me the benefit of the doubt at all. I would say, give me the opportunity to demonstrate that I'm for real and that my commitment is unwavering. I'm not an advocate or an ally, I am a comrade. And you lead, I defend. And when you need rest, you can lean on me. Back in like 2019, I wanted to go to a Black Lives Matter protest. And my boyfriend was like, Jackie, why are you so obsessed with Black people? Anyway, I've been single since.
Up in that bitch. I'm a hot girl. I do hot shit. Finish income on my out.
Day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. But the problem is our communities are divided. For Asian Americans and for African Americans, we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this country.
Thank you. What I have been trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with black blood? I always tell people the day.
As an Asian American, I'm often asked why do I focus so much on the advocacy work of Black Americans, and it is because their advocacy work is always inclusive. The Black Civil Rights Movement did not just benefit Black people, it benefited all marginalized people, and it is the reason why I, as an Asian American, have civil rights. Also, throughout Asian American history, Black Americans have consistently held space for including us in their advocacy work. From the increase in anti-Asian violence in 2020 and 2021, to looking out for Japanese Americans during World War II. Going all the way back to 1869 when Frederick Douglass delivered a speech arguing that Chinese should be allowed to immigrate and become citizens. He didn't only want to advocate for the United States becoming a home for Black and brown people, he said, "I want the Asiatic to find a home here in the United States and feel at home here, both for his sake and for ours. Right wrongs, no man." The voice of civilization speaks an unmistakable language against the isolation of families, nations, and races, and pleads for composite nationality as essential to her triumphs. Man is man the world over. This fact is affirmed and admitted in any effort to deny it. The sentiments we exhibit, whether love or hate, confidence or fear, respect or contempt, will always imply a like humanity. If our action shall be in accordance with the principles of justice, liberty, and perfect human equality, no eloquence can adequately portray the greatness and grandeur of the future. My granduncle, who was nicknamed Uncle Abin, was actually named Abraham Lincoln because my great-granduncle was raised in the United States and he respected President Lincoln, whom he had been taught abolished slavery. Of course, he didn't stay in the United States because of the Chinese Exclusion Act, but I have to wonder if he had known about Frederick Douglass's speech, would I instead have had an Uncle Fred? The reason why I, as an Asian American, focus so much on the advocacy work of Black Americans is because theirs is the work that I would like to model mine after.
I realized a lot of Black people do not know who are the true Asian allies that the Black community are. Because there's a lot of liberal Asians in America, right? But there's only a few who has actually frequently defended Black people on a common occurrence. It's not just once or twice, maybe 3 times. No, it's multiple times on multiple occasions they have defended us. There are a lot of people who are liberals, especially people of color, who swears to God they're allies of the Black community and they'll go tooth and nail for us and they'll fight us on every given occasion, only for them to talk out of their ass and not do anything about it. So I'm going to give you the list of the Asian allies I follow because they deserve it. By the way, none of this is scaled, just the list. Number 1 is Umi. She has defended Black people on multiple occasions. She has defended our honor, our dignity, and our representation. She's even backed it up with statistics. Number 2 is Dr. Gia. She is the fucking GOAT when it comes to not just defending Black people, but she's also bringing in that Black and Asian solidarity. She is constantly calling out the anti-Blackness within the Asian community, and honestly, my respects for her is high as shit. Number 3 is Amy Chen, an absolute veteran of defending Black people for Black and Asian solidarity, and she's just godly at statistics. Her research is incredibly immaculate, and she'll also compare those statistics with history. Number 4 is Eric O. Even though he doesn't really make political content all that much, whenever he sees Asian people stepping out of line, he will go out of his way to make a video about it, and I'm like, okay, you cool. Number 5, my all-time favorite, Unity. She is superb. She's not only a massive representation of Black and Asian solidarity, she defends Black people, she has many Black friends, she is insanely multicultural, she's a part of the Black culture, and she talks about a book of how to decenter whiteness with Asian people. Number 6 is Ed, also a veteran. Very transparent when it comes to the anti-Blackness within the Asian community. He pulls no punches. He also talks about the prejudiceness within the Black community towards the Asian community, which is true. Massive supporter of Black and Asian solidarity, incredibly transparent, and education. Number 7 is 6 May 6, tremendous supporter of the Black and Asian solidarity, calls out the anti-Blackness, calls out the stereotype. He has a Black partner too, if I'm not mistaken. She also discussed ways for Black and Asian people to unite as one. Number 8, who is a state representative, is Jin Woo. Again, massive supporter of Black and Asian solidarity, and he talks about the history with civil rights and Asian people. Number 9 is Melissa. Need I say more? Honestly, her reputation is so fucking incredible when it comes to black people. I don't think I need to say anything about this one. Anyways, that's my list. If I'm forgetting anyone, let me know in the comments because I would like to find more. But that's all I gotta say in the matter. It's Onyx, and I'm gone.
They talked about how black Americans have shaped the music the world dances to, the style the world imitates, the language the world uses, and the courage the world learns from. Honestly, black Americans don't just influence culture, they create it, and they are right. Through struggle, creativity, pain, joy, resistance, and brilliance, black Americans have carried this nation's culture on their back. And for the first time, someone from other community stood up and said it boldly, publicly, and with full respect. This wasn't flattering. This was the truth, a truth many see but few have the courage to speak. If more people spoke with honesty like this, maybe there will be more unity and less pretending. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl Bleezyunfiltered signing out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.